You know that feeling, right? You're somewhere new, maybe exploring Europe or somewhere in North America, and you get that hopeful rumble in your stomach. See a great little place, a cafe or a restaurant, and you're excited. But then maybe, just maybe, that little voice pops up.
Yeah, the how do I order a voice.
Exactly. Or will they understand me? Am I going to sound rude? It happens to so many of us wanting to enjoy the food but feeling a bit, tongue-tied.
That's super common.
Well, today, our mission is to sort of tackle that dining anxiety head on.
Right?
We're doing a deep dive specifically to give you the English phrases you need for ordering food, but also, crucially, how to use them confidently.
And politely.
Yes. Think of this as your shortcut. We're aiming to get you well-informed, packed with tips, so that next meal out feels, easy. Like a genuine experience, not a test.
And we've been looking at some really practical resources for this, including one particularly helpful guide, SmartSpeak English, Ordering Food Like a Pro. It's great because it doesn't just list phrases. It digs into the why, the context, the cultural bits that make an interaction smooth.
That's key, isn't it?
Totally. So our deep dive today is pulling out the absolute must-know stuff from sources like that. The goal is you'll sound fluent, yes, but also really polite wherever you're eating.
Yeah, we're planning to cover the whole journey, from walking in and getting a table, to ordering in a restaurant, handling a faster cafe setting, asking those really important questions about the food.
Like for allergies or preferences.
Exactly. And even just getting the bill at the end without any awkwardness. We want to give you stuff you can use immediately, but also that deeper understanding. So next time, you're just relaxed, ready to enjoy.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Picture it. You walk into a restaurant, could be busy, could be quiet. That first interaction, getting a table, it kind of sets the stage, doesn't it?
It really does. And the sources we looked at emphasize this. You'll likely hear something like, "Good evening, how many people?"
Right. Standard greeting.
And your response needs to be clear and polite. But there's a bit more to it sometimes than just the number.
Oh, like what?
Well, first, in many places, especially slightly more formal ones, you wait to be seated. You don't just grab a table.
Good point. I've seen people do that, and it can be a bit awkward.
It can. So when they ask how many people, a simple "table for two, please" is perfect. That's your basic go-to phrase.
Okay, table for two, please. Got it.
But what if you have a preference? Maybe you want to sit outside or by the window.
Ah, right. Can you ask for that?
Absolutely. You can add it politely. Table for two, by the window, if possible, please. Or maybe, could we get a quiet table for two, please?
So you're being specific, but still using that polite framing.
Precisely. It shows you know what you want, but you're not demanding it. It gives you a bit more control right from the start.
I like that. Okay, so you've got your table, you're seated, they hand you the menu. Then comes the moment. Are you ready to order?
And this is where one of the biggest tips from our research comes in. It's about how you state your order.
Right, not just barking the name of the dish.
Exactly. That can come across as really abrupt, almost rude, even if you don't mean it to. The trick is to use phrases like "I'd like" or "Can I have?"
Ah, okay. So soften it.
Yes. So instead of chicken sandwich lemonade, you'd say, "Yes, I'd like a chicken sandwich and a lemonade, please."
I'd like. Or can I have?
Yeah.
Makes sense. It feels more like a request than an order.
That's exactly it. It signals respect for the person serving you. It's a small change, but it makes the whole interaction smoother, more pleasant for everyone. It shows you understand the sort of social flow of dining out.
Yeah, it really does make a difference. It just sounds better, feels more comfortable. Okay, so you've ordered. Then they might ask.
Anything else?
Right. And you just say,
a clear, "No, that's all, thank you." Or maybe, "That'll be everything for now, thanks." Nice and simple.
Perfect. But what if you're mid-meal and you need something? You need to get the waiter's attention. You can't just yell across the room.
Right. Snapping fingers is also a big no-no pretty much everywhere.
Okay, good to know. So what do you do?
The best way, the most polite way, is usually just, "Excuse me," maybe with a very slight, brief raise of the hand if they're a bit far away, not a frantic wave, just enough to be seen.
Okay, excuse me, and maybe a little hand signal.
Or if they're walking past, just try to make eye contact. A little nod can often be enough to show you need them. The key is being noticeable without being disruptive.
That's super helpful. It's those little details, isn't it, that make you feel less like a tourist and more like someone who gets it.
Exactly. Those nuances matter.
Okay, let's switch gears. What about cafes? often faster, maybe a bit more casual.
Yeah, cafes often have a different rhythm, especially if there's a line. Efficiency is often prized.
So the interaction starts differently.
Often, yeah. The barista might just say, "What can I get for you?" or "Next," or "Can I help you?" It's quicker.
But the politeness thing still applies.
Oh, absolutely. Even though it's fast, politeness helps everything run smoothly. And guess what? Those same phrases work.
The can I have ones.
You got it. They're really versatile. So you can step up and say, "Can I have a cappuccino and a slice of chocolate cake, please?" Same structure, works perfectly.
That's great. So you learn one core polite structure, and it covers lots of situations. Makes it feel less daunting.
It really does. Now, a really crucial question you'll hear in cafes and sometimes takeaway places is,
Let me guess. For here or to go?
bingo. And understanding this is vital. It's not just small talk.
Right. It changes how they serve it.
Exactly. For here means you're staying, so you'll likely get a proper cup or plate. To go, or sometimes takeaway, means you're leaving, so you'll get disposable packaging.
And knowing that helps them, helps you, makes it all faster.
And it shows you understand the local way of doing things. It's a small detail that makes you seem, clued in. Plus, there's the sustainability angle now. Too many places prefer for here.
Good point. So your answer is just straightforward.
Yep. To go, please, or for here, please. Simple as that.
Okay. And what if you want to tweak your order? Like different milk in your coffee or decaf or something?
Super common in cafes. You just add it to your request. Again, using that polite structure.
So like,
Can I have a latte with oat milk, please? Or could I get a decaf Americano, please? Or could you add an extra shot to that, please?
still using can I have or could I get?
Exactly. And always tack on that please. It keeps it friendly, even when it's busy.
Okay. This is all feeling very manageable. But now let's get into something that can feel a bit trickier. Asking questions about the food. When the menu isn't enough.
Yes. This is where you really take charge of your meal. Maybe you have dietary needs, or you just want a suggestion.
This feels empowering, actually. Not just passively accepting the menu.
It absolutely is. Being able to ask clear questions is crucial. It ensures you get what you want, avoid things you don't, and it prevents misunderstandings. It's proactive communication.
So if you're stuck, you just want them to choose for you. Kind of.
You can ask, "What do you recommend?" That's a great open-ended question.
Simple enough.
Or you could give them a little direction. "What do you recommend that's typically local?" Or, "Do you have a recommendation for something vegetarian?" Helps them narrow it down for you.
Nice. Okay, what about the really important stuff like allergies?
This is critical. Clear, direct questions are essential. Does this dish have nuts? Is this gluten-free? Very common, very necessary questions.
And staff are generally okay with answering those.
Oh, absolutely. They want to know. For serious allergies, you might even need to be more specific, like, "I have a severe peanut allergy. Can you check if this is prepared safely in the kitchen?"
That clarity is vital for safety.
Definitely. And don't feel awkward asking. It's your health.
Okay. What about just preferences, like, is it spicy?
Perfect question if you're sensitive to heat. Or maybe you don't like a certain ingredient. "Can I get this without onions?" It's a totally normal request.
And can you ask to swap things? Like sides?
You can certainly ask, "Could I swap the fries for a salad, please?" They might say yes, they might say no, or there might be an extra charge.
And if they say no?
Just a polite, "Okay, no problem, thank you," keeps it positive. Another useful thing is asking about unfamiliar ingredients.
Oh yeah, sometimes you see words you just don't recognize.
Totally. So asking, "Excuse me, what exactly is polenta?" Or, "Could you tell me what kimchi is like?" It shows curiosity, lets you explore new things without just guessing.
I love that. It turns ordering into a bit of a learning experience too. You're really engaging, not just consuming.
Exactly. You're collaborating with the staff to get the best possible meal for you.
Right, makes sense. Okay, so the meal was fantastic. You've asked your questions. Everything's great. Now it's time to wrap things up and pay.
The final step. And again, politeness counts right to the very end.
Leaves a good final impression, right?
Definitely. A smooth ending just caps off a nice experience. You don't want awkwardness around paying to be the last memory.
So how do you ask for the bill politely? Our sources probably had a standard phrase for this.
They did. The most universally understood, perfectly polite way is, "Could I have the bill, please?"
Could I have the bill, please? Clear, courteous. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope. But there's also a common variation, especially, I'd say more in North America.
Oh, what's that?
You'll often hear people say, "Check, please."
Check, please. So check just means bill.
In that context, yes. It's shorter, a bit more informal perhaps, but still very common and perfectly polite as long as you include the please.
Good to know there are options. So could I have the bill, please? Or
Yeah.
check, please.
Exactly. And just like getting attention earlier, you'd ideally say, "Excuse me," first to catch their eye, rather than waving frantically.
Right. Consistency. Keep it calm and polite. Now, what about paying itself? Splitting the bill. Using cards.
Ah, good questions. Splitting is very common. You can ask, "Could we split the bill, please?" Or "Can we pay separately?"
Okay.
If you want to specify how, "Could we split it evenly?" Or maybe, "Could I just pay for my items?" Although that can sometimes be tricky for them, depending on their system.
Fair enough. And paying by card.
Just ask, "Do you take credit cards?" Or, "Can I pay by card?" Simple as that.
Tipping. That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Varies a lot.
It does vary hugely by country. In the US, for instance, tipping waitstaff is pretty much expected, usually around 15–20% for decent service. In many parts of Europe or Australia, it might be less common or included in the price. It's not strictly language, but it's a crucial part of that final interaction culturally. Definitely worth looking up the local custom beforehand.
Excellent point. Being aware of tipping customs avoids awkwardness or seeming rude unintentionally.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So we've really covered a lot today, haven't we? We started with that slight nervousness maybe some of us feel.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we've turned that into excitement. We've given you those go-to phrases for getting a table, ordering in restaurants, handling cafes.
Asking good questions.
Yes, asking confidently about the food, dietary needs, recommendations, and then finishing strong by politely asking for and paying the bill. It feels like we've gone from maybe feeling a bit lost to feeling genuinely capable.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? When you think about the bigger picture, these phrases, these tips, they're not just words. They're tools.
Tools for what exactly?
Tools for exploring new places, for connecting with people over food, which is such a universal thing, for actually enjoying those experiences without language getting in the way.
Yeah, breaking down that barrier.
Exactly. And the real confidence boost comes when you start using this knowledge, when you understand the why behind the politeness. This deep dive, hopefully, gives you that foundation to really, own those dining moments, make them less about just getting fed and more about the whole experience.
Absolutely. So now that you have these tools, here's something for you to think about. Picture your favorite thing to order. It could be a specific dish, maybe your usual coffee, the one that just makes you happy thinking about it.
Got mine in mind.
Okay. Now, using what we've talked about, the polite phrases, maybe asking for a small change, thinking about for here or to go, imagine yourself ordering it confidently. Say it in your head, or even better, say it out loud right now. Which specific dish or drink are you going to proudly order using your new skills the very next chance you get?
Feel that confidence.
Yeah, feel that readiness. Get ready to order like a pro.